This video contains a truth that has changed the lives of many people. If you are having health problems and have ever felt stuck, please subscribe to the channel and leave a comment in the comment section so we can share useful knowledge together. Have you ever woken up with your joints aching so badly that even getting out of bed feels like a chore? Maybe your knees feel like rusted hinges or your fingers don't quite move the way they used to. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone, and more importantly, you're not powerless. I've been working with patients for over 30 years, and one of the most common and frustrating complaints I hear from folks over 60 is this: "Doc, my arthritis flares up at the worst times. I feel fine for a while, then boom, stiff, swollen, and in pain. It's unpredictable. It can be mild one day, then come roaring back the next. And the worst part? It feels like it's stealing little pieces of your independence." But here's the truth I've shared with countless patients, and now with you. Managing arthritis doesn't always require a trip to the pharmacy or a specialist appointment. There are real, simple things you can do at home starting today to calm those flare-ups and take back control. In this video, we're going to walk through 5 tried and true home remedies that have helped thousands of seniors feel better, move easier, and enjoy life with a little less pain. These aren't gimmicks. These are gentle, natural ways to give your joints the support they've been asking for. And before we jump in, I want to hear from you. What's been your biggest struggle with arthritis? What are your joints telling you these days? Drop a comment below. Let's start a real conversation and support each other on this journey. You never know who your story might help. All right, let's dive in with the first remedy. One I recommend more often than anything else: warm compresses. Now, I know it might sound too simple to be true, but hear me out. When your joints are inflamed, stiff, and painful, they're screaming for better blood flow. And warm, steady, soothing warmth brings that. Whether it's a warm towel, a heating pad, or even a hot water bottle, applying gentle heat for 15 to 20 minutes at a time can relax tight muscles around the joint and boost circulation right where you need it most. I often tell patients to think of their joints like an old engine that hasn't been started in a while. That heat, it's like warming up the motor. You wouldn't just jump into driving a car after a cold night. Your body's no different, especially in the morning when stiffness is usually at its worst. Starting your day with a warm compress can make all the difference. And here's a little trick. You can make your own moist heat pack at home. Just take a clean sock, fill it with uncooked rice, tie it off, and pop it in the microwave for about 30 seconds. It holds heat beautifully and molds right around your fingers, knees, or wherever your arthritis is acting up. But warmth isn't always enough on its own, so let's move to our second remedy: gentle movement. Now, I can already hear some of you thinking, "Move, but I'm in pain." Trust me, I understand. The instinct is to rest, to protect the joint. But ironically, being still for too long can actually make things worse. Your joints need movement to stay lubricated. Think of them like a sponge. The more you move, the more nutrients can flow in and inflammation can flow out. Of course, I'm not talking about running marathons. I'm talking about small, steady, kind movements. Think slow stretches, gentle walks around the block, maybe even a little chair yoga. One of my favorite exercises for seniors with arthritis in the knees is simple. While sitting in a sturdy chair, slowly straighten and then lower one leg at a time. It's low impact, builds strength, and helps reduce stiffness. And here's a secret: movement isn't just good for your joints. It boosts your mood, reduces fatigue, and helps you sleep better. It gives you a sense of progress, even on the tough days. When my patients add just 10 or 15 minutes of gentle movement into their daily routine, the change I see over a few weeks is remarkable. Less pain, more confidence, a brighter outlook. It's not magic, it's just momentum. Now, combining warm compresses and daily movement can go a long way in managing those flare-ups. But what you do with your body is only half the story. What you put into your body matters just as much, and we'll talk more about that soon. For now, I want you to take a moment. Ask yourself, how do your joints feel today? Could you try one of these 2 things, even for just 5 minutes? Maybe warm up that sock full of rice. Maybe take a short walk after this video. Whatever step you choose, remember this: you're not stuck. Arthritis might be part of your story, but it doesn't get to be the whole book. Let's keep going, there's more we can do, and you're doing great so far. So you've tried the warm compress and you've started adding gentle movement to your day. That's a powerful one to punch against arthritis. But let's go a little deeper, because your joints aren't just influenced by what you do. They're shaped by what you feed them. That brings us to something I wish every senior knew sooner. What you eat can either fuel the fire or calm the storm when it comes to inflammation. And one of the easiest ways to support your joints from the inside out is to add more anti-inflammatory foods into your meals. You don't need to reinvent your whole diet overnight. Just start with small shifts, swapping out the processed, packaged stuff for real, wholesome foods. One of my top recommendations: omega-3 fatty acids. These little warriors help fight the inflammation that causes those painful flare-ups. You'll find them in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines. If you're not a fan of seafood, don't worry, ground flaxseed or chia seeds are great plant-based options. Just sprinkle them into your morning oatmeal or blend them into a smoothie. Speaking of smoothies, here's something I often suggest for breakfast. Blend half a banana, a handful of frozen berries, a scoop of Greek yogurt, a splash of almond milk, and a tablespoon of flaxseed. Not only is it easy on the joints, it's refreshing, filling, and good for your gut too. And let's not forget about turmeric. This golden spice has been used for centuries in traditional medicine, and modern science backs it up. Curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, has powerful anti-inflammatory effects. You don't need much, just a quarter teaspoon added to your soup, tea, or scrambled eggs can help. Pair it with a tiny pinch of black pepper, and your body absorbs it much more efficiently. It's one of those small steps that, over time, can lead to big relief. I remember one patient in her 70s who had been struggling with arthritis in her hands for years. She started adding turmeric and flaxseed to her diet daily, not expecting much, just giving it a shot. About 6 weeks later, she came in smiling, wiggling her fingers with less stiffness than she'd felt in years. Was it a miracle cure? No, but it was a consistent, simple choice that gave her more control over her health. Now, food isn't just about nutrients, it's also about hydration. And that leads us into another overlooked remedy: drinking more water. Yes, water. Plain, simple water. I know, it doesn't sound exciting, but it's absolutely essential. Many people don't realize that even mild dehydration can make joint pain worse. When your body doesn't have enough water, it can't keep the cartilage in your joints lubricated, and that dryness can lead to more stiffness and pain. As we age, our sense of thirst becomes less reliable, so you might not feel thirsty even when your body needs fluids. That's why I encourage my older patients to be intentional about drinking water. Sip throughout the day, even if you don't think you need it. Try keeping a favorite glass or water bottle nearby at all times. Flavor it naturally with lemon, cucumber, or mint if plain water just doesn't do it for you. And if you're already taking medications that affect your hydration, like diuretics, talk with your doctor to find a balance that works for you. Think of your joints like the hinges on a door. Without oil, they start to creak and grind. Water is that oil, keeping things smooth, easy, and less painful. Now, let's take a breath. So far, you've got 3 powerful home remedies: warmth to soothe, movement to free, and food and hydration to nourish from within. You might already be feeling more hopeful, like you've got a bit more power in your hands, and you absolutely do. This journey isn't about perfection. It's about small, smart choices made over time. It's about listening to your body and responding with kindness, not frustration. You're not just surviving arthritis, you're learning how to manage it on your terms, in your own home, without waiting for another prescription. Stick with me, we still have more to uncover. You've already come this far. Let's keep going. You've already taken some powerful steps, warming the joints, moving with intention, nourishing your body with anti-inflammatory foods, and staying hydrated. These aren't just tips, they're tools. Tools you can reach for any time the pain starts to creep in, or when you wake up feeling like your joints have rusted overnight. Now, let's talk about something that often gets pushed to the bottom of the list: rest. But not just any rest, smart rest. You see, many seniors think rest means sitting all day, avoiding movement, and waiting for the pain to pass. But that kind of rest can actually make arthritis worse. The less you move, the stiffer you become. The key is to rest strategically, giving your joints time to recover, without slipping into full inactivity. So what does smart rest look like? It means listening to your body when it says, enough for now, and honoring that with short breaks throughout the day. It's okay to pause, to prop up your feet, to use a soft pillow or rolled towel to support aching joints. Even just 15 or 20 minutes of gentle elevation can ease swelling in your knees, ankles, or wrists. And let me tell you, don't underestimate the power of quality sleep at night. Your body does its healing while you sleep. If arthritis pain keeps waking you up, try establishing a wind-down routine. Avoid screens for at least an hour before bed. Take a warm bath, add Epsom salts if you like, or enjoy a soothing herbal tea like chamomile. Soft lighting, soft blankets, maybe even soft music. One of my patients in his early 80s swore by lavender oil on his pillow. At first, I thought it was just a relaxing ritual. But over time, he noticed that with better sleep came fewer flare-ups, and less need to reach for his pain meds in the morning. That's the kind of chain reaction you want: healthy rest leading to healing, not just distraction. And finally, this last remedy is one I hope you take to heart more than any other. Manage your stress. I know it's easier said than done. Life doesn't stop just because your joints hurt. But here's what we know from years of research and real-world experience. Stress fuels inflammation. Emotional strain, tension, frustration, they're not just in your head. They land in your body, in your shoulders, your spine, your knees, your fingers. When you're carrying too much emotionally, your arthritis often speaks louder. So give yourself permission to slow down. Whether it's deep breathing, prayer, meditation, listening to calming music, or calling a trusted friend, those moments of emotional release are not wasted. They're healing. Some people find comfort in journaling, others in gardening or knitting. Find that small corner of your day where you can breathe out. That's medicine too. It doesn't come in a bottle, but it still counts. There's one woman I remember vividly, mid-70s, widowed, dealing with chronic rheumatoid arthritis. She started practicing 5 minutes of breathing exercises every morning. Nothing fancy. Just sitting by her window, closing her eyes, and focusing on her breath. A few weeks later, she told me she wasn't cured, but she was coping. Her flare-ups felt less intense, her mood had improved, and most importantly, she didn't feel as powerless. And that's really what all of this is about. Not eliminating arthritis overnight, not chasing perfection, but learning how to live with it in a way that gives you back a sense of peace, control, and comfort. So let's take a moment now and remind ourselves, you have more power than you think. Warmth can soothe. Movement can restore. Food and water can heal. Rest can repair. And calm can protect. You don't need a dozen pills or expensive equipment to feel better. You need simple habits, a gentle rhythm, a little patience, and a lot of self-kindness. If any of this helped you or reminded you of something you needed to hear, leave a comment below. Tell me what you're struggling with. Share what works for you. This space is here for you, and I promise you're not alone. And if you found this video helpful, please take a second to like it and subscribe to the channel. That's how we keep this community growing and how we keep helping more folks just like you. You deserve to wake up with less pain. You deserve to enjoy your morning cup of coffee without dreading the ache in your hands. You deserve to walk, to rest, to live, and to do it all with more ease and less fear. So here's to you taking small steps, building better days, and living your best life at any age. Take care of yourself. You're worth it.